Ready? Ready? Hello, all you YouTube followers. First, right off the bat, I'd like to say I appreciate you not only following us, but giving us comments, telling us your stories. We have a lot of questions about lye, and it was a lot of repetitive questions. So we thought we'd try to make a short one, kind of explain some of the stuff again and clarify it better for you. And hopefully we do that today. So stay with us and we'll try to figure this all out together. This is the type of lye I use. It's called Red Crown High Test Lye. The ingredient is sodium hydroxide. What lye is a strong non-acid. It takes acid out of everything. This here even has, if you see here, it even has sodium bicarbonate in it. It's an antacid. Lye is an antacid. But just like too much acid will burn you, deacidifying something can burn you also. It's just like you can get a sunburn or you can get frostbite. They're both burns. Unlike the lye that I use, you can actually use hardwood ashes, and that's potassium hydroxide. I used to mix hardwood ashes with salt, like 50-50. So you could do that. That's fine. It don't burn like lye does. The mixture doesn't matter much. I've had hogs sit there and eat straight ashes. It didn't seem to bother them. But remember, if you're going to use wood ashes, make sure you use hardwood. I use oak or hickory. A lot of people, now I've never used this, but a lot of people said they used to worm hogs with coal. Hogs love coal. I know we used to give them to them when I was a kid for mineral, but they claim it'll worm them also. But I don't know that for a fact. That's all I've been told that. The first question was, how much lye treated feed does livestock have to eat to be dewormed? Small livestock, I would give them at least a pint of feed, lye treated feed, for like goats, sheep, pigs, dogs, anything small. Anything large like a cow or a horse. Now, I don't know about elephants. I don't have none, but farm animals large, a quart usually does it, but you can give them 2 quarts. That won't hurt anything. And when I give 1 gallon of feed to the hogs the day I treated them and 2 gallons to the goats and the cows, all I was doing was just showing you the minimum feed that you would need to worm everything. If you figured out about a pint per piece for hogs, a quart a piece for cows, and I just guessed at the goats because it doesn't matter. If I would have hauled twice as much lye treated feed out to the hogs or twice as much feed out to the goats and cows, it's fine. It doesn't matter. As long as you mix it correctly, they can have all they want to eat. It won't hurt them. And my next question was, can you use lye on dogs? Yes, you can, but you just have to readjust how much you get. I would say 1/8 of a teaspoon in whatever you feed your dog would be fine. Because a lot of people, and I don't want to get into this, but you could double and triple this dose and not hurt an animal. But I tried to stay on the safe side. I want everybody to be safe. So give them 1/8 of a teaspoon. For cats, the same way. I'd give them like 1/8 of a teaspoon. And just do it for 1 day. Whatever they can eat in 1 day, you're fine. And you're not supposed to give it to cats over 1 day in a row. The same way with chickens. Chickens. You can feed chickens. You can mix it the same way, 1/2 teaspoon to 1 gallon of feed, as long as whatever they eat that 1 day, that they clean it up. So don't try to feed them 2 or 3 consecutive days. Now, sheep, goats, horses, dogs, pigs, You could feed this several days in a row. It doesn't hurt a thing, but not the chickens or cats. Another question was, can I deworm myself? Well, I'm going to leave that up to you. Back in the olden days, my grandma, she said they used to use lye to worm people, worm kids. A lot of kids would get wormy. Actually, they'd give them some lye soap to eat, but that's going to have to be totally up to you. What I do, I eat hominy. Hominy is made in lye. So when you eat hominy, you're getting lye. I never have purposely dewormed myself with lye. To clear up another question is, can you use it on horses? You can use it on horses. You could use it on mules, donkeys, probably zebras, and any other of the horse family, you'd be fine with it. Don't worry about it. And it says, can I use this in water instead of food? Yes, you can. But if I was going to use it in water, I'd only put 1/4 of a teaspoon per gallon. That way, if a cow comes up and drinks 10 gallons, that's fine. But the trouble with lye is if you leave it settle to the bottom. So it has to be agitated. Because if it all settles to the bottom and you put more lye in the next day, you're going to double your strength because it's all settling to the bottom. So you don't want to do that. Best way to do is, like you could shut your livestock out for most of the day, all day, bring them in to water them, put their lye in their water so they drink it within the first 15, 20 minutes. And as in the last message, I told you that you cannot use this in aluminum or galvanize. That will kill your animals. It has to be, I just use plastic. But I've got some old propane tanks I cut in half. It's all steel, rusty. You can use them. You can use anything, any kind of steel, as long as it ain't aluminum or galvanized steel. And another question I got, can I spray my pastures and paddocks? And how much? I would put a 1/2 teaspoon per gallon. Fill your sprayer with enough water to spray all your pastures. You want to wait till after the dew is off, when your grass is dry. Go out and spray it, and when you're done spraying, turn your sheep, goats, horses, pigs, anything else you want to worm, turn them loose on the pasture, and that will worm them. Another one asked, can I spray hay with it? Yes, you definitely can spray hay with it. In fact, if I was just spraying hay, I would probably, let's say you put it in a pump-up sprayer, I would probably go up to a teaspoon per gallon and just spray it heavily on your hay, because they're going to eat so much quantity with that, it would take more lye to worm them. That's what I would do. Now, if you had a bale of hay where it was stood on its end, a round bale, and you could just pour buckets of water on top of it, then I would stick 1/2 teaspoon to the gallon. And I would just soak the whole top of it, let it soak down in through, and let them have it that way. And a lot of people say they're nervous to try this. You don't have to be nervous. You don't have to be afraid. They've been using this for hundreds and hundreds of years. My grandma learned it from her grandma, and their grandma from their grandma. They've always used lye. Ever since they've had lye, they use lye. So if you're afraid of trying this, pin up one of your animals separate. In fact, maybe you can trap one of your neighbor's animals, put him in there and try it on him. So, of course, I'm just joking with you, but put one animal in, try it. It's be the greatest thing you've ever done in your life as far as livestock. No more catching, no more holding, no more fighting them. And I've heard people say, well, I really don't want to give them any grain. Grain costs money. Well, grain don't cost near as much money as wormer. When you get a pint of grain, it's way cheaper than $3, $4, $5 to worm them each time. So you don't have to be worried about it a bit. Just follow instructions, Give it to them, and you'll be happy you did. Another question was, can I use this as a drench? I don't know that I would do that. You would have to put, a quarter of a teaspoon in a syringe. If you're going to use a big syringe or something, that might be too strong. I don't know. But why would you want to catch them, hold them, pour something down them, or pour something in their mouth when you just give them a little feed and let them eat it themselves? That's the best way to do it. I wouldn't do a drench, but you can do what you want to do. Another question was, what kind of worms is this good for? For any kind of internal parasites. If they're in the stomach, it'll kill them. Any kind of worm. Not only does it kill them, it kills the eggs. It eats the shells off the eggs. And that's why it's so good. It's when your animals are not fighting parasites all the time, they grow better, they do better, they're healthier, they live longer because they ain't under stress all the time. And another question was, is there any withdrawal period after using lye? No, there is not. You can butcher them. You keep meat, eggs, milk. You could feed a hog lye in the morning and butcher them in the afternoon. It doesn't matter. Lye has no carryover. Even when I milked for a living, I use lye all the time. There was never no trace of lye in my milk. So it doesn't matter when you feed it. As long as you feed it like you're supposed to. In fact, you could, and I don't want to push this, but you could double everything I just told you, and it still wouldn't hurt your animals. But I know what works and how much it takes to work, so there's no need giving them any more than you have to. Another question was, if they have a heavy worm load, should I treat more than one day? No, you do not have to treat more than one day. You can, if you're not sure that some of them's not eating it good enough, you can treat for as many days in a row as you feel like you want to. It doesn't matter. But one thing I found out when it comes to sheep, if you see a sheep and he's getting watery underneath him and he's hanging down, that means they're very heavy infested. In fact, they're about ready to die. So what I've done to them, because some of sheep and goats, they don't want to eat wet feed. So what I've done to them, I pinned them up by themselves, no hay. I just mix lye, put lye in their feed, and I tell them they either got to eat it or not. And they'll eat it after you leave them long enough. But the first thing I do is give them an iron shot. If you open their mouths and you look inside their mouth, it'll be very light pink, almost white. That means they're so anemic, they're ready to die. So if you have any sheep like that, and I don't know about goats, I've never seen it on a goat because I've never raised goats, but I have a lot of sheep. And if they start getting a watery hang underneath their chin, then you know they're very heavy laden. So get them in there, put lye in their feed, give them an iron shot. And if you do it right away, they'll come right out of it because they need the iron shot. Because if you don't, they got a good chance they'll die. Another question was, what kind of feed can I mix lye with? You can mix lye with any kind of feed that your animals will eat. It doesn't matter. It could be corn, oats, rye, anything, flax. It doesn't matter what it is. Another question is it safe for baby animals and pregnant and nursing animals? It's safe for every one of these. When I worm my sows, all the pigs eat with them. I worm the cows, the calves eat with them. And when I wean them, I worm them right away. You can feed lye to any livestock at any time. It has no carryover or nothing that can hurt you. If you butcher that animal and ate it, it won't hurt you. So I hope we covered a lot of these questions. So if anybody has a question, go back to this video, because I like to answer every question, every comment. I figured we figured we owe that to you for you being with us, taking the time to comment or ask questions, taking the time to watch our videos. And that's what we're here for. We're here for you. We want to do what good we can. Why I'm still on this earth that I can do. I want to help people. So thank you very much, and God bless each and every one of you. And I hope you have a very, very wonderful day.